All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are doing great. My name is Bliss, Zambia's finest trader, or rather, should I say, the Forex daddy. So, today I'm just going to do a short analysis of the market, and as you can see, last time we did trade. From the previous analysis. You would see that we traded jump 10 very well. We traded volatility, that should be 75.1s very well. And of course, if we are to look at volatility, jump 10, it moved very well and it hit all the TPs, the take profits, should I say. I don't know if I'll be able to, let me just show you. I think, yeah, so initially this was our analysis, and I showed you where I had entered from. If you watched the previous video, you saw that I entered just from the wick there, and of course I was able to predict and exit at this particular point. And now just to confirm, the trade went all the way, hit all the take profits, and it's still going in our direction. What else did I think I did analyze crash. This one is still going up. We'll be able to check it. What else? I think for that particular day, that is it. So now I'm going to analyze a few assets, and one of them being, let's do volatility 51s. Let's do it. So I'm just going to be analyzing volatility 51s. Okay, so if we can see, volatility 51s shows us that it's an uptrend, but of course let's go to a higher time frame and just be able to see the overall picture. Remember, price is fractal, but we need to know the overall picture of the market. So I can see price is doing something amazing, and already I can see. So ladies and gentlemen, when you're analyzing the market, and this is how I basically go about it, first of all, don't complicate things. Start with the things that you can easily see on the market. So for me, this information is enough to have my trading started. So what I'll do here is that, of course, I'll look for what I can easily see. I can see this area of liquidity, ladies and gentlemen. So the fact that we have an area of liquidity, that prompts me already to find an IFC above there. So let me just try and find an IFC above there. Right. Let me just find an IFC. So I can see that there's an IFC here. Let me just try to go on a higher time frame because I can see this other point as well. So let me just try and see if we can check maybe on H4 and see an IFC up there. Okay, on H4 we can see that we have a good IFC above the area of liquidity. So I'm just going to mark out that point. All right, so this is a good sign. The fact that we have liquidity before an area of an IFC, that is good. So I'm just going to mark out that IFC. Right, so I have my rules for choosing IFCs, and this is something that I teach in my lessons. Right, yeah. So now the fact that price hasn't been able to test that IFC, I believe these are just liquidity traps. You can see, sorry, these are just liquidity traps. And okay, so remember, right now what all I'm doing is that I'm spotting what I can easily see in the market. You don't need to, so all those are areas of liquidity. I can tell we have another area of liquidity here, right? We have another area of liquidity here, right? All these are areas of liquidity. So what do? We'll just show that by putting that dollar sign. But of course, sometimes you'll see my analysis and I haven't put these signs because it's my analysis and I already know what is happening in the market. So ladies and gentlemen, the fact that we have now established that this is what is happening, this makes every work easy, right? It makes everything easy. So the fact that we've just established that this is what is happening in the market. So what I'm seeing here is that the market needs to move all the way to this particular point, right? So I'm thinking the market has to move to this particular point, and this is my point of interest, right? sorry, this is my point of interest. So this is where I would take my sell, right? Now if I take my sell, where will I exit from? So here I can see that we have a trend line here, right? So I would put my take profit here, one. But of course I understand that this is a trend line liquidity, so it's possible that the market can actually fall and come all the way this side, right? So but then, just to be safe, I know I'll put it in mind that the market can come all the way here, and I'll put it in mind that here we have okay, so these are my TPs. So it's possible that we can have the market move all the way from there to here, right? Yeah. Now this is a very volatile asset, so if we are to calculate how much we are going to be risking, right, this is H4, and now I believe the the stop loss will just be here, a few pips above there. I think that's good. I think that's good. So if we are to measure how much, if let's say our entry is there and then our stop loss is there, right, this is too much risk. This is too much risk that we might take, in as much as the reward is huge, but the risk is too much, you see. So now this, for this market to reach here, it might take days, right? It might take days. So this is insane, right? But then, since the risk is too much, because the lowest lot size for this one is 0.005, I think. So if we are to use 0.005 to enter on that particular trade, let's just make some calculations. 0.005 multiplied by 159.48, that will be too much risk. That will be too much risk. So what we would need to do is that, in order to accommodate even those that trade small accounts, we'll be able to refine this IFC, right? So now, in order to refine that IFC, we'll have to go to lower time frames, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to go to the lower time frames and just be able to refine it, right? Yeah. So now, within this same zone, am I able to find an IFC? Let me see if I'm able to find an IFC. So okay, I've been able to see that. Now the entry has moved, and now it will come to this particular point, because this is where now the IFC in H2 is starting from, right? So this is where my entry will be. So allow me to just move it like that. So I'll move it like that, right? Now what we need to do here is that, since we've already established where the market will change direction from, right? We've already established that. Okay, so we'll be entering from there. So we've reduced the risk, how much risk we shall take. So but that wouldn't stop me to go to a lower time frame and just be able to spot the IFC, right? Yeah. So let me just go to a lower time frame, which is H1 in this case. Not hydrogen, not like the metal, I mean not that like the element hydrogen on the periodic table. No, those of you that are still in high school, those that are still studying, you know, something to do with that. So now within that IFC, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to see if I can find an IFC. Now I do realize that here we did have an IFC that was tested a bit. So in this case, I would pick this one as also my point of interest, right? I would pick this one as my point of interest as well. So in this case, I can see here, in as much as we can try and use maybe an IFC that was here and all that. So now I have this whole area for an entry. So in this case, how do I do it, right? How do I do it? Now, ladies and gentlemen, you see, just from my analysis, you are able to learn one or two things, right? So now I know this is I have this whole area, right, as my point of interest. Okay. Okay, so I'm unable to move it all the way that side, all the way to that side. So I don't know, let me try and see if I can if I can extend it. I don't know what this does. Okay. I'm unable to extend it. Okay, so what I'll do is that I'll just put this line, which will stand as an extension. Right, so in this case, in as much as, okay, it's red, let's use blue. Okay, so now what this has done is that we have 2 points of interest, one in the H1 and one in the H2. So in this case, what I would do is that I'll take 2 trades. There will be one that I'll take using my point of interest in H2, and then there's one that I'll take using my point of. So in this case, H2 entry is, and then H1 entry is here. So in this case, what I'll do, size, and of course, after using a small lot size, then here I'll set a pending order with a bigger lot size, right? So let me just okay, so as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, if you can see here, I should have set pending orders. Yeah, as you can see, I have set pending orders. Let me just do this. Okay, as you can see, I have set pending orders. There's one with lot size 1, and then there's one with lot size 0.01, right? These are points of interest. So now I don't like using the MT5 because I've already analyzed on that particular point, right? And my stop loss is just above there, so I know, and of course here I don't even need to panic. I know what's going to happen in the long run, so I'll just wait. Ladies and gentlemen, I've put the pending orders there, and I believe this is what the market will do. It will come all the way, and this will be my last point of interest. But remember, we do have this whole area, right? We do have this whole area, and of course, but our entry points, we have one entry here, one entry here, ladies and gentlemen, and that is how we're going to milk volatility 51s. And remember, this is our TP. Let me just write, this is our take profit. Okay, so let me just show you, this is an IFC. We have an IFC here. Okay, let me just since it's one whole area, let me just do that. So that's an IFC zone, so I'll be taking trades in that zone, right? And then we shall look at this particular point as our take profit, TP. This area will be our take profit 1, and then we have our take profit again here, right? So what we'll be doing in order to use two take profits is that once price begins to go in our direction, of course we'll be locking our profits by moving our stop loss, and we expect it to come all the way this side, right? So that's what I expect, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we had a major break of structure here, right? Major break of structure here. So we needed price to come back in the IFC and test it, but it didn't come. But it has been giving us it has been giving us liquidity. So in that case, we are more confident that it will come there and touch the IFC and begin to go down, right? So we're not stressing, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to wait and just milk this asset. So you can check this on your charts and just let me know in the comment section. So remember how we actually found our take profit 1. We just used this, right? So we know those are potential turning points of the market. So now let's look at another asset called maybe let's look at jump 25. So ladies and gentlemen, like I always mention, that the market is always telling a story. So many people think you only just have to to trade a specific pair and all that. But yes, when you're starting, it's okay, but I have experience in this area and I know what I'm doing, right? So here I can see price is still in a downtrend. We can see price has been this is a higher high, you know, and then it starts, you know, like that. So we can see some bearish structure here, right? Lower low, lower, you know, so just like that. So what we expect is that let's this is H2. Let me just go to a lower time frame. I think I can make some cash on because price is currently not really, we can't really say it's consolidating, but it's you know, this structure it's making. So in this case, ladies and gentlemen, I feel I just missed a trade. I feel I missed a trade. If we were to look at how price is moving, oh my, I feel like okay, it didn't come to my point of interest. So here all I have to do is this. I don't need to stress much on this one. Here I can still make some good profit, ladies and gentlemen, some good profit. So I feel price may be able to move in that direction. I'll be more confident to take sales on this particular trade, right? I'll be more confident to take sales on this particular trade because I know it's a strong bearish trend. Now the rule is that, you know, how the market picks its direction is based on which area it finds least resistance. So if it has to go upwards, then we should not see many, or rather too much resistance on the upside. But of course, from how it's moving, I can tell it's going to be going down. So I would be more confident to take sales. That is why if I have to take any trade, ladies and gentlemen, I would rather wait for the market to come and touch this point, and then I would take a trade and come all the way with it that side, or rather continue to hold. Yeah, I would wait for a confirmation if it were here to take a buy, right? I would wait for a confirmation, right? Yeah, I would wait for a confirmation. So I can see here price didn't really, you know, come to my point of interest here. These assets are easy to trade, so we shall wait and see how price would actually react. But if maybe during the day or during the week it comes here, then I will be looking to sell. Remember, we are planning for the week, and how my trading is that I don't trade on a daily basis. I wait to see something nice in the market, a very good setup, and then I risk it. Or, you know, I'm a man with huge risk appetite, but of course I do consider how much I'm risking just to ensure that I can you know, even if you know, I was to lose a particular trade, I would know I won't like go silent on the market, right? Yeah, so that's what I'm expecting. Another thing that I'm expecting in the market, of course, this is volatility 51s, and of course I was able to use other principles like Wyckoff and all that just to be able to find that point of interest. And you know, we've already discussed this, but of course I didn't explain these other parts and all that because I do understand others do not trade Wyckoff, but I do trade Wyckoff, and it really respects these assets very much. And of course, you know, I just explained it in this way, right? Yeah. Well, okay, let's look at this point. So we can see the market is in sort of a lateral phase. So what I feel the market has done here is that I can see here it's not an uptrend. No, this is just a correction. So I believe the market was just let's do this. The highest point it has gone is this point, right? Is this point. This is just a lateral phase, ladies and gentlemen. So here the market is exercising to prepare to, you know, to pick the direction where it's going to go. And I believe since the market has been falling, we have a very strong downtrend. And of course, I know many people would see this point and then want to draw a trend line like that to say they'll be trading. Once the market reaches here, they might want to buy. I may have to ask you to think twice, because you know, they might want to do that, because look at the market, it's in a very strong downtrend. So what we do in this case, I feel the market merely just did this, so it was coming to just test. Let me just use let me just do this. Okay, I believe it was just coming to test this IFC It was just coming to test this IFC, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, it was just coming to test this IFC, right? Yeah, and of course it went down like that. So now I believe this is a redistribution, right? This is a redistribution. So I believe the market is going to be going down. This is redistribution. I believe this is redistribution, and the market is supposed to go down. Now, why do I feel it's redistribution? I can look at this as you know, the BC, and we can have I can see a Wyckoff structure here, right? Let me just show you BC. So redistribution, we have the BC there, and then we have the UT here, right? We have the UT there. We have the UT, right? And then from there we have the UTAD here. Now, based on how we trade Wyckoff, so once it's in the UTAD, ladies and gentlemen, we look for an IFC in the UTAD. So UTAD, right? This was the UTAD, my favorite position, and of course in the UTAD, I believe this was just a test in the UTAD. So since we've already used this level, let me just remove it and then be able to find an IFC in the UTAD. All right. I believe the IFC is there, here, right? And of course, I believe this is where the market came to test, and it should continue to go down, right? It should continue to go down, right? It should continue to go down, as easy as that. Now I'm showing you how, you know, you should be thinking whilst you are trading. So now a lot of people might not really understand how I do my trading, because I've actually learned quite a number of principles, and of course I use those principles in harmony. So I learned quite a lot from different people, and from there I've been able to pick the most powerful concepts, and then I've integrated them together, see how best they work. I've done a lot and massive back testing, and this is how I've come up with my own rules. So you find that the exact way how others maybe trade Wyckoff isn't the exact way I trade it, right? Yeah. I've modified it. So I believe here, when the market was coming up, it was merely just coming to test an IFC, right? It was merely just coming to test. It was just coming to test this IFC right here, right? Yeah, and of course that is why it started changing direction from. But I didn't catch this trade, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't catch this trade. So what do we expect here? We might have a reaction where the market may just try and as if it's going to go up, but I believe it's going to break that level, and it's going to come all the way down to this particular point. Like I said, this is in a very strong downtrend, and the market always picks a direction with least resistance. So I believe it won't be able to experience a lot of resistance if it has to come on the downside. So here I believe many people will be trying to buy. This is just a trend line liquidity. Many people will be wanting to buy. I mean, there can be a small movement maybe up to that stage, and then it can continue falling, and it can come all the way this side. Now if I have to take a trade, I might have to wait for the market, maybe you know, this side, maybe a little buy, but of course this area is too obvious, and of course maybe it might come down there, and then that is when it can like go up a little bit. But of course I'll be more confident to take sales in this particular case. So basically this is what I expect from the market, and of course I'll be monitoring these assets that I'm analyzing, starting from this, and of course yeah, I'll be monitoring how they move, and I will be able to take some trades, especially this one. I'm looking at taking a good trade on this one, and this one I'll wait and just see. So this one seems like it has left us, so what we need to do is maybe we can just using the little price action, right? If price comes here, and we can try and take a buy, yeah, probably up to that level, right? Maybe probably up to that level, yeah, unless if it breaks to continue going to the upside. And then if it continues to go to the upside, then it has made a huge mistake and will be catching it from there, right? Now people will be like, but Bliss, you use institutional trading, use price action, how do you trade? Ladies and gentlemen, how I trade, and how, if you can see, there are principles that I'm respecting more on certain assets. I've been trading synthetics for a long period of time now. I know which ones obey the simple price actions. I know those that obey institutional trading. So from the experience I've had, I know to say, if I have to use price action on this asset, I can use it. On this asset, I can't use it. So this is what I can expect from here, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, but as the market continues to move, I'll be making modifications, ladies and gentlemen. So no need to worry. I'm relaxed and I'm just waiting. So this morning I'm just waiting for the market to move and to give me those good moves and reach my points of interest. So that is it. I look forward to seeing you. Remember, we have the BTA revolution, that is the Billionaires Trading Academy revolution. And of course, the aim of the revolution is to have different traders analyzing different assets, looking at the market together. Now we have started this movement online and it's free of charge, but we'll be we'll be having our own physical place next year, probably on my birthday. I want to get a physical place for a traders place for my birthday as my birthday present. So in Zambia, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we are a leading academy here in Zambia, and of course we are the very best. We have huge numbers of people enrolling for our courses, and all that. We have seen huge success from different students within Zambia, outside Zambia, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, the Caribbean, the USA, Brazil, different parts of the world, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, it's because of the value that we offer. Now I've decided, okay, as one of the things that I'll leave as a legacy, because I'll be retiring very soon, probably maybe when I am like maybe 35, 35, somewhere there, I'll be retiring. And I want to leave a legacy that I was able to impact people's lives, right? And of course, one of those things that we'll have a place where people can be coming to trade. Now in this place, you don't really need to know how to trade, because you have people that will be facilitating everything. So if I take a trade, everyone takes a trade. Those trades that we are taking, everyone would have contributed and say, okay, this is how I look at the market, this is how I look at the market. And of course, in an orderly manner, and then we'll be able to establish one thing. And then if we have to take a trade, we take a trade together, make money together. That is my vision, and of course that is what is happening. Yeah, but of course I do offer lessons, private lessons, as well as just online lessons, but I don't just teach every time. I only teach 3 times in a year: beginning of the year, mid-year, and at the end of the year. Those are Forex trading bootcamps. So I only teach 3 times in a year. Now that is there to allow me to have more time to myself, and just also to have more time to do other things as well, and also time to rest. Otherwise, I'll see you next time, and this marks the end of our analysis session. So do let me know what you think in the comments, and of course don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm looking to grow this team to 10k or more, so ensure that you just like, so that this video can be recommended to another person, and that is how we get more views. Like I said, I'll be posting more of these videos these days. I'll be posting them more, unlike in the past. So ensure that you like it. Just leave a like, it doesn't hurt, and so that it's recommended to another person. And leave your comment, ladies and gentlemen, and also ensure, if you are not yet subscribed, subscribe to the channel, and just ensure you turn on the bell icon so that once I post such a video, you are able to be notified. You'll be amongst the first people to know that the video has been posted. Remember, you don't want to watch this video after the market has moved, and then you start wishing to say, how I wish I had looked at this. So that is that, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, I'm signing out, Zambia's finest trader, Blissbilliondollar, and I'll see you on the other side as we make profits.